In the kitchen with executive sous chef Patrick Moan from the Hyatt Tamaya. And what are we cooking today?
We're going to make a blue corn elk pozole. It's a bit deconstructed, so we start off by cooking everything together, so a lot of this stuff's already prepared.
Okay.
And then you bring the dish together afterwards.
Okay, so what are some of these ingredients we've got here?
So I've got a blue corn hominy, so that will take place of the regular hominy that you would normally use in pozole. And then I've got some braised elk meat, and that's from the elk saddle. Over here I have the chicharrones, which is the fried pork belly. And then here I have a mixture of herb flowers that we have at the herb gardens from the hotel.
Okay.
And then we'll also garnish it with some nice cabbage and some fresh radish.
Nice. All right. Well, we are going to be cooking with you when we return in just a bit. But coming up, we're going to talk, we're going to head things right back over to the break because we're going to be right back.
That's right, Cassandra, from food to more food. I'm here with executive sous chef Patrick Moan from the Hyatt Tamaya. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you
what
so
are we
much.
making today?
So we're making a blue corn elk pozole.
Elk.
Elk.
All right.
It's very lean, it's very healthy, much healthier than beef, and of course, New Mexico is known for all of the elk and all of the wild game that we have.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember being a kid, my uncles used to hunt elk all the time.
So you have beans in there?
These are the blue corn hominy, so it's
Oh,
corn.
blue corn. Whoa, I've never seen hominy blue corn. That is awesome. Is it, so it's kind of the same, this hominy is what goes into pozole, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is, it's corn that's treated with lime, so it
Okay.
blooms out like that. It has a creamy texture to it.
And it's always beautiful and delicious.
Yep.
And so the blue corn, how does it make it a little bit different? It has kind of that blue corn taste.
It has a little bit of a richer taste, and of course it has this beautiful kind of color to it and flavor.
Okay.
So it just adds a whole nother element to it. And of course, being on San Ana Pueblo, blue corn is very important,
Okay.
especially to all the indigenous people that have lived here.
Yeah.
And so we try and incorporate it in as many things as we can.
Okay. And so is this the first step?
This is the first step in reassembling it. What we did before was we made a beautiful elk stock, which would take hours, so we can't do that on the show today.
No, we can't.
But we braised the elk in it, we cooked the pozole in it, and now we're gonna reassemble it so you can see the dish as it ends.
Okay, great. Well, we'll do that when we come back. But for now, we're going to send things over to Cassandra with your weather.
Welcome back. It's another beautiful day outside in the Duke City.
That's right. And we are back in the kitchen with executive sous chef Patrick Moan from the Hyatt Tamaya. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Elk stock.
Elk stock. So you take an elk saddle, roast the bones off, and use a lot of aromatics, some mirepoix, which is the carrots, celery, and onions and such, and
okay,
a little bit of
question.
cinnamon.
What's an elk saddle?
An elk saddle
Yeah.
is the back part where the loins are at, and then
Okay.
it'll be the bones included with it.
Gotcha.
And so you take the loins off, and what we did was braise the meat from the loins and then made a stock with the bones. So you used all of it. All
Wow.
of it, exactly.
That's great. Okay, so she's going to chop stuff up,
Yeah, so
right?
what are we doing?
So go ahead and let's pull this cabbage out. Let's take a couple of leaves off of it, and we just want to chop it real thin. This dish came from a menu that we did for the James Beard House.
Okay,
We
tell us
went
a little
out
bit
there.
about that.
The James Beard House is it's in Manhattan. James Beard was just nice and thin as you can get it. He was a chef that was really a big proponent of developing young chefs into professionals and creating this whole idea that we need to develop all of these people.
Okay.
And so when you get invited to cook at the James Beard House, it's just an amazing honor. It was one of the most amazing things that's ever happened to me, not only in my career, but also in my life. So we had a wonderful team there. The people that I went with are amazing chefs themselves. And it's something that I'll never forget. And it's an amazing thing.
Is this something you can get at the Hyatt Tamaya?
So right now we're featuring at the Corn Maiden, which is a fine dining restaurant at the Hyatt.
Okay.
We have a tasting menu. This is one of 5 dishes that's on there. We have things like rabbit adobada. We have lavender duck breast. It's out of vanilla biscochito. We have the elk pozole.
A lot of game type food.
Well, New
Kind
Mexico,
of.
New Mexico has
Yes.
a lot of a game.
I love that.
There's so many things here that we live off the land. And so the New Mexico beef we also have, and we make a carpaccio with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start assembling this.
Okay.
Is this thin enough?
That's fine.
He's all, not
That's
thin enough,
good
but it's
enough,
good.
but okay.
And if you could just
Do
shave
more
a little
radishes?
bit of radish. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
if
we
you
put those in here.
And you get a couple of those little chicharrones and just sprinkle those in.
Chicharrones. Okay.
And then we'll also go ahead.
I feel this pressure. You said shave, so I'm like, I know it wasn't thin enough. Now
Oh,
he's
that's
like,
fine. And that's
Okay,
enough.
and
Pressure
then
to do
flowers.
I really like the chicharrones.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's okay.
Okay,
Put
and
the
then
flowers
we
in,
put
yep.
flowers.
The
I
other
love
dishes.
flowers.
And these are herb flowers, so they taste like the herb they're from. You've got oregano, you've got basil, you've got chives, all kinds of flowers. So the flavors are really good.
Okay.
Is that good?
Okay.
You need more?
Did I put too
I
many
think that's
flowers?
enough. That's totally
I'm sure
plenty.
this looks way better when you do
Perfect.
it.
Yeah, but you got to have help here.
Yes,
That's
you
right.
do.
So-
Okay, what's next?
We're going to pour the stock.
Okay.
And really what we're doing is we're reassembling the pozole that we started with.
Okay.
And then if you would like to, you just garnish with a little bit of the shaved cabbage.
Okay,
You
so
grab
it's
a
kinda-
couple
it's
of
like a soup.
radishes. It is a soup.
Okay.
It's a consomme, a pozole. A pozole is like a stew soup.
Yeah.
And this really plays on that idea.
Okay.
But we clarified the broth to make a consomme, and we just wanted to make it really elegant. The cabbage and the radishes are traditional Mexican, New Mexican garnishes for soups and things like that. But to go back to the menu, we also have a buffalo tenderloin, which is the entree, with a pepita mole.
Wow.
And then that comes with a wheat lacoche and organic mushroom compote on top, kind of.
Oh my
And,
gosh, my stomach is literally.
I know,
I haven't eaten since like 3 this morning.
Well,
this
come
is
on. Look, we have so much food.
We
We're
have
gonna
so
eat it right
much.
here. So, are there any specials going on at the Hyatt Tamaya? Do we need to make reservations if we're gonna go out there?
Please do make reservations. Of
Yeah.
course, we try and fit in everybody that we can, and we always want to make sure we take care of the guest. But the most important thing is to make reservations so we know to expect you.
Okay.
And please do try this. This tasting menu is $65. There's
Okay.
5 courses plus the 2
5
amuzas. And then to end it all off, the most amazing dessert,
Oh, I was like, there's got to be
I know.
a dessert in here somewhere.
Okay, so what do you make for dessert?
green chili pignon apple pie. And they're
What?
individual apple pies that we bake
I bet
off
people love that so
with a
much.
cajeta ice cream.
And so, just in case people don't know, where are you guys located?
Yeah.
We are located on the Santa Ana Pueblo, just past the Santa Ana Casino at 1300 Two-Unit Trail.
And it's beautiful, beautiful there.
It's the most serene environment you could actually be in. And walking the grounds, we have new vegetable gardens, we have an orchard, we have an herb garden, which is where all these herb flowers came from. There's horseback riding, golf, I mean, anything you
kinds
can
of
think
stuff.
of. And then, of course, the best food in New Mexico.
And this
by
is a
far.
seasonal menu, so, right? So this is those 5 plates
This
you were talking
this will
about.
be
They're gonna
going
go
on.
away
This will be
eventually.
going on for about 2 months. It's
Okay.
to celebrate the achievement of going out to the James Beard House
Gotcha.
and all of the amazing food that we made. So
Cool.
Great.
2
Thank
months
you
to
so
try
much
it
for
all.
welcome.
joining us. And
Yes.
if you guys want a recap of this, just go to Casa.com and click on the Style tab. We'll be right back.
This all smells so fantastic.
Oh, yeah.